It could have been worse for Colorado against Arizona, but I'm not quite sure how. So we got to talk about this. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Did you expect Colorado to give up 50 points for a consecutive week in a loss to a Big 12 opponent? If you did, and you're here to pile on to Deion Sanders in Colorado, congratulations. You found a place where you could do that. I also would like to know what else it is that you are doing with your Saturday night, apart from stomping out kids as Legos, and I hope they stomp on your feet. I don't understand the glee that comes from Colorado being not good, and I certainly don't understand the vitriol that Deion Sanders gets out of so many people. And it's less about how it makes him feel or how it makes me feel, and more about, are y'all okay? Are you okay? Is your team that crappy? I mean, my team is Oklahoma. So, like, as Colorado is getting the brakes beat off of it, I'm watching the defense carry that Sooner team, and Tennessee makes some great plays, also makes some tremendously bad ones. But again, I don't much care that Colorado is 3-6 as much as I care that Oklahoma's trying to get to 7-2. Aside from that, I'm looking at this Colorado-Arizona game, and I'm going, my goodness, you benched Caden Salter for a second time, and it feels like you might have lost him forever, because the last time they benched him and he came back, he said, look, being benched really messed with my head. And it showed, right? He came out against Wyoming. He played really well, and he played even better against Iowa State, which was a huge win for them at the time, as Iowa State's a ranked AP opponent and a Big 12 program, and it felt like a turnaround because it's their first win against a Power 4 opponent, and their first win against an opponent that we all thought was pretty good, even as they've been really ravaged by injuries at Iowa State. But that one doesn't look so good because Arizona State just beat them with Jeff Sims at quarterback. And Jeff Sims might have done a pretty good job against Iowa State, but for the most part, he ain't the dude you want to be your starting quarterback. Past that, you're talking about Utah that got ranked off the strength of beating the hell out of Colorado. It was up 43-7 at halftime, and it felt like it was happening all over again. Arizona got on top of Colorado and got on top of them early. I mean, Ismail Mahdi had 3 rushes for 85 yards, y'all. Like, you got the turnovers from Caden Salter. You bench him. You bring in Ryan Staub. He doesn't play well. You bench him. You come out in the third quarter with Julian Lewis, and that dude throws a touchdown pass to Omarion Miller's 59 yards. But at the time, you're down like 45-7. In which case, we're going, what are you actually playing for? And that's pride at this point. And each time we've seen Colorado take these sorts of losses, I mean, basically since the Houston game, he's looking around going, I don't know what to tell them, except that I see what you see. And what I am reminded of when I hear Deion Sanders talk about his football team in 2025 is the pilot episode of Friday Night Lights and how it fits, okay? So you get to see Coach Eric Taylor, who is trying to prepare his team for what's coming. And you get these asides as his coach team is like, do you not understand that there is a group of men that are coming down here to try to hurt you? Do you not understand that there's a whole group of men that are going to get off a bus with one expressed intention, that is try to ruin you and embarrass you in front of your family? What part of that is not getting through your skull? Like, what else can I tell you here, son? I think that's what Deion is trying to get across to these dudes, because it's like, he can't play for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that part. Warren Sapp can't play for them. Marsh Falk can't play for them. Pat Sherman can't play for them. On down the line, I get it. Robert Livingston can't play the defense that he called, you know? But on the other hand, you know who's on the sideline for this game because they got a bye week? Yeah, it was Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders. His name is, you know, up there on the ring, right? They retired his jersey. You might have heard about this. While his homeboy, Travis Hunter, goes on IR because, well, it turns out playing both ways might catch up to you, even if you sleep in a hyperbaric chamber. Because he got injured in practice, of all things, right? But aside from that, going into the season, one of the things I was thinking about was, yeah, this is the first time that Deion Sanders has not had one of his boys on his team, Shiloh, Shedeur, or even Bucky, right? Now, You're getting to see what I mean when I say that. It's not that he's not just coaching his boys, which I think is important. It's that he ain't got a quarterback he trusts, dog. And that has been a luxury that he has enjoyed since 2021. He's never had to wonder if Shedeur's had the goods. Matter of fact, that's the first thing he said at Jackson State is, look, you got to have a quarterback. You have to have a quarterback. To win in college football, you have to have a quarterback. And he came to Colorado with a quarterback. Also came with the best wide receiver defensive back that might have ever played the game at college level, right? I mean, when you look at the stats, he's up there with Deion. He's up there with Charles Woodson. He's up there with Champ Bailey. He's up there with Chris Gamble. You might argue about the talent overall, but not the production. I mean, he's the only one of those dudes that won the Heisman friggin' trophy aside from Charles Woodson, and Charles Woodson didn't do nothing like what Travis Hunter was doing when they went 9-4. But now you're getting to see that dude whose jersey they actually retired next to Travis Hunter was just as pivotal to their success. And you're getting to see that because they don't have a quarterback. And maybe Julian is the guy. Maybe that's what it ends up being later on down the road for them. Because when I look up and it's 52, I think it's 52-14, like late in the fourth quarter, and I'm thinking, y'all still can't move the football with the quarterback and the offense that you want. And now you got to give the keys to Julian. You just have to. You have to let him see this out. You have to see if he's the guy that can get you to bowl eligibility, to get you to 6-6. And if he can do that, I think you get to keep him. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to go into the transfer portal, but stranger things have happened. And if you don't like what is going to be around for you in 2026, maybe you start looking around because you are one of the best passers coming out of the 2025 class, and you reclassified to get there. Coming out of Carrollton, like there's other guys and other teams that could use your services that are going to have some wide open positions. Like Garrett Nussmeier is probably not going to come back at LSU. Wonder what they're going to do. Is that Michael Van Buren's to lose? DJ Lagway says he's a Florida Gator. We'll see who they hire as the head coach to make that true. Then, you get up to Penn State. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, Ethan Grunkemeyer feels like a guy, but depending on who they go hire, he might want to bring in his own guy. And then you got the real big question of, for many people, it's going to be annual, what Prime is going to do. I don't think they sign you to no $10 million contract just so you could tear it up and leave it because you got one losing season. And we're also in a seller's market. If you go on the market as a coach and you got the goods, you're probably going to get snatched up, probably going to invite a bidding war because there are more open jobs than there are qualified folks to fill them, and that includes Prime. That is the silver lining for Colorado in 2025 because everything else has just been garbage.